But first up, today marks 100 days until the start of the Women's Rugby World Cup, which will be held at stadiums all over England. Now, ticket sales are already predicted to reach record highs, but it has taken a long time for the women's game to get the recognition it has today. Nina has this one.
This is women's rugby.
Champions again.
But it wasn't always like this.
It's just not the done thing in this country.
The first Women's World Cup was just over 30 years ago, and girls didn't get a lot of support if they wanted to play. The international game is only around 40 years old, and it's taken a long time for women to be taken seriously on pitches like this one, the Allianz Stadium here in London, also known as Twickenham, and it's here where the Rugby World Cup final will take place. One person who knows all about the journey the women's game has gone on is former England captain Jill Burns. Rugby legend. She was a key player for the Red Roses when they won the World Cup in 1994. But how did she feel when she and the team lifted that trophy?
It was a huge, huge relief. It was the second World Cup we played in. We played in 1991 at the first World Cup in Cardiff. There was a point with a few minutes to go when I thought I started to let myself believe, we might win this. And when that final whistle went, it was just wonderful, wonderful. A dream come true. I'd like to say it was a childhood dream, but it wasn't because I didn't know women played rugby.
And when you started, when you're 22, 23, what was it like?
Women in rugby in those days were the ladies that made the food for the fellas, and that was about it. Only sort of since the early 90s, really, that women started to make a mark and started to do good jobs within the game.
And what were some of the challenges that you faced?
Old-fashioned ideas that women shouldn't play the game and men feeling threatened by powerful women.
The game has certainly come a long way since Jill started out. Record crowds are expected to turn out at the games this year, and someone who's seen the crowds get bigger and bigger is BBC reporter Sarah Orchard.
The support has changed at an incredible rate. The first Women's Rugby World Cup I actually worked on was in 2010, and it was played at a very different stadium to this one that we're stood in right now. The fact that I am stood talking to you in an 82,000 seat stadium that they're expecting to sell out, it is incredible 15 years on.
Jill and I wanted to meet some of those girls who are looking to become the next generation of rugby champions.
Hey girls.
Hello. Hi, how are we?
Oh, nice to meet you all.
Just seeing you play, girls, I was a little bit jealous because I'd have loved to play rugby when I was a youngster like you. Okay, so I'm really interested in what you girls think. What would you like to happen to the women's game?
I would like women's rugby could be like more people to watch it and enjoy it a bit more. Since we could see that the men's games have like the stadium is full and women's games is just like half.
So I think we should be pushing it more in schools because we've only recently started a girls rugby club and we barely have anyone like has joined our club at all.
With girls, it's a real family sport and I think that's just incredible.
I'm going to need a while to get up from this position. I think you will be able to leap up to your feet. Let's see what you can do. Off you go, girls.